for the show and two for the money. The money coming second cause people be acting funny. The year is 93 and we heading to the mall in the Pontiac Le Mans.
Hey, what's going on, people? It is me, Rolo C, and welcome back to Rolo Runs the City podcast. I am your host, Rolo, and we are here to break down another track for you. But before we do that, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel at Rolo Runs the City, and don't forget to check me out on Instagram at Rolo Runs the City podcast and Rolo Runs the City Music. Let's not forget about X. You can reach out to me there as well at Rolo Runs the City and all things Rolo. Don't forget to hit up RoloRunsTheCity.com. That displays all the events and all that other good stuff. Now, I just went ahead and I ran that Peachtree Road race, and I did this for the A. So, obviously, you can go ahead and check out some pictures there and stuff like that. But not only that, without further ado, I am going to talk about the song that was released on the 4th of July for the Peachtree Road race in honor of that. And it's a track called The A, which is for the ATL. Now, I went ahead and I recorded this track. I mean, I had a blast recording it. I had a blast doing the track. This track obviously was inspired by Organized Noise, which is one of the originators, production crew that's actually put things together here in Atlanta. Most notable for, obviously, Dungeon Family, especially Outkast. So when I put this track together, I said I want to do something that can replicate somewhat of something that they would have made, you know, back in the early and mid 90s. And when I put this track together, I said, this is it right here. This is exactly what I wanted, because this right here represented the sound for the A back in the early and mid 90s to the late 90s. And I wanted to make sure that I portrayed this sound well. So I wanted to make sure that my flow and my delivery was on point. And obviously, this guy is in my top 5. Okay. And of course, it's Andre 3000. Andre Benjamin. 3 stacks. Yes. He is definitely one of my favorites. Definitely fell in love with the guy's flow since he came out back in 92 with Players Ball, with Outkast. Him and his man Big Boy just totally representing for the A. Shout out to East Point. But I'm telling you this right now. When I went ahead and I put this track together, I said, man, I want to do something that is iconic for the A. So I went ahead, came through with the track, try to replicate what Organized Noise was doing back in the early to mid 90s, late 90s. I wanted to make that iconic sound, which I feel like I did deliver on that. Not to be biased, but hey, I guess you could say that I am. But not only that, I wanted to make sure that the flow was on point as well. And I said, man, I need to replicate this and do the best that I can to try to replicate the sound of 3000. So when I did that, I was like, 1 for the show and 2 for the money. Like, I was just like, I was so into it, and I felt like I got taken back to the old school A. You know, obviously I wasn't here, you know, during the 90s. I didn't show up to Atlanta until the early 2000s, you know, but I still got to enjoy Atlanta's run as they were taking over the genre of hip hop. You know what I mean? They were setting the standard, you know, for the crunk and trap sound in the early 2000s, and I was here for that. So, you know, I've always had an affinity for Atlanta. I love Atlanta. I love my state, Georgia, period. You know, they've embraced me with open arms. You know, they never treated me as if I was an outsider, even though obviously I was coming from up north. They still embraced me in the A, and I'm just totally appreciative of the fact that they were able to embrace just me, period. You know what I mean? And there were some times where I felt like I wasn't even being embraced in the city where I was from. You know what I'm saying? And for them to just take me with open arms, it was just an absolute blessing. So I was like, man, I got to do a nice track that's actually dedicated to Atlanta. And I talk about many different, you know, things, many different avenues and, you know, people and events and, you know, just embracing what Atlanta is really all about. And obviously, you know, I am Rolo Runs the City, and I do run the city. Like, literally, I run the city. I ran the Atlanta Marathon. I mean, I've been everywhere from Pryor Street to, you know, Yeah, I believe we run through Mechanicsville. I mean, we go everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Off of Freedom Parkway, man, Clark, Atlanta. Like, you get a real essence of the A as you're running. So, of course, I wanted to release this on the 4th of July because that's when I run the Peachtree Road Race. And what better song to listen to on my playlist than The A by me, a song that's dedicated to Atlanta as I'm running down Peachtree Street in Atlanta. So, I mean, I absolutely loved how this whole situation just culminated. It's just more than a song. It's an event. You know what I mean? So feel free to check out the song. The A is representing for the ATL. So much love to Atlanta. You know, embrace my home state, my adoptive home state of Georgia. I wouldn't have it anyway else. You know, I would not trade this place for the world. I would not go anywhere else, not even where I'm from, because I'm from Georgia. I am a Georgia boy, and I'm just greatly appreciative to have been embraced into the culture of Atlanta, into the culture of Georgia, and doing my part to give great respect and shout out to the cornerstones of what makes Atlanta great. And hip hop is definitely one of those things that is a great staple in Atlanta, as well as our home state of Georgia. Well, anyway, I'm not going to keep y'all too long today. I definitely just wanted to talk about this song, the creation of the song. It was just definitely a fun track to make. You know, I felt like I was hitting on all cylinders in reference to delivery. Wanted it to sound a certain way. I felt that was achieved. You know, definitely inspired by Organized Noise. Felt that was achieved, the way I put down the production. Absolutely just grateful for the fact that I had the opportunity to go ahead and present this to you guys. But you guys take care. Godspeed. Be the GOAT, never a sheep, and do not sleep on your dreams. And like I said, feel free to hit me up on any of the socials. I will get back to you. Trust what I tell you. I do what I can for the people while I can. Y'all take care. Godspeed. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace. And happy late 4th of July for you. Take care.